Jeepers Creepers is like a film franchise that really holds up to today. Once you watch the first two, it's just beautiful. It's amazingly done, and I just absolutely love it. Once you get to like the third one, then it starts to like really become bullshit. And then I'm pretty sure with the fourth one, it's just absolutely nothing. There's no point to even watch that one. But it's an interesting film franchise, and it's so much fun to watch that I just adore the first two movies. And I recently just watched the third one, and that was horrible. That was pretty bad. But watching the first and second one really made me want to get figures of, or at least a figure of the Creeper. And they don't have one. They don't have one at all. At least not that's cheap. So I had to take it upon myself and make my own custom. So that's what we're doing here today, folks. We are taking a look at the Jeepers Creepers custom that I have made, and I'll be going over just everything that I did with the figure and the little parts that I got too. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's just mainly going to be me talking about the parts and how I painted it, and kind of what made me really want to do this custom. And yeah, that's basically it. So this is Jeepers Creepers. So this is what we have so far right here. Everything you see is pretty much all custom parts, and I am very happy with how everything came out. So let's start off with the biggest thing, and that is the head. So the head was probably the most, it wasn't the hardest part actually, which I'm actually kind of surprised about, but this is the head of the creeper. And let's try to get a little bit more light into this because we got some more stuff to go. So I do need to get the hat, another base coat of, and it's like a black and brown, but basically this is what I got so far. It's nothing crazy, but that's basically what we have. So with the actual head itself, this is what we have so far, and this is pretty gnarly. I actually really do like how everything came out with this head sculpt. So when I got the head sculpt, it was completely blank. There was nothing. It was just a blank 3D head sculpt, and I pretty much just had to go in there and custom painted it. So I started off with a black base, I think, and then I went on to a gray undertone, and then I dry brushed a lot of gray, and then I had to paint the eyes, which was the hardest part. I hate doing eyes, but I think I did a really good job there. And then I had to kind of paint the teeth as well, which I think looks awesome. Then I went in there with some glossy spray paint, and really got that kind of wet look that he has in the movie, and that's what we have here. And I think it turned out beautifully. And then for the hair I almost forgot about. So I took just random string and just kind of glued it on the back of his head, and that's what we have so far. It's not beautiful. I think I need to brush it out a little bit more and make it to where it doesn't look like that, but I think that's pretty decent for what what the creeper is. But yeah, that's basically what we have with the head. So there were two different head sculpts when I got this. I got this from eBay by My Action Lab, and they have some pretty good stuff for the creeper. I really do like it. They had the standard head sculpt, which is what we see here, and then they had the kind of open head, which I think also looks really, really cool. And they also had a bunch of little accessories like the axe and the throwing stars, which I really want the axe. The axe would be really cool to get. I would love to get that weapons pack. But yeah, I think that this was a good start. And once I finished the head sculpt for this, then I had to move on to the rest of everything else. So the body was the next thing that I needed to get, and what I did with the body was I needed to figure out who was going to be my base. So I had to look around the entire room because I wanted to have something that I already had and not just get some random body if it didn't fit well or what. So I opted with going with, I think since I got it from like the 1/12 scale, which is more to scale with Marvel Legends figures, I started looking through my Marvel Legends stuff, and oh gosh, what's your name? Is this Phage, I think? But he was going to be kind of my first choice. But then I opted not to because I actually had a recent figure that I got that I think worked out pretty well, and that was the Sandman. So the Sandman, I decided to be the one to have the body because it's completely blank. There's nothing else you can do with it. And the texturing on the skin just feels nice. So I got a body that didn't have any hands, or no, it had hands, but it didn't have a head or these extra big hands. So that's what I went with. That's basically what we had here. And I tested it on the actual figure and stuff just to make sure. And so far, it was pretty decent. I had to take that out and just to make sure. But it was decent. It was very, very decent. And I did like how everything came out. So that is what the base of the body was done. So after I did the base of the body, that means I had to paint the body as well. So I painted the body, and you can kind of see that I painted it kind of like this dark kind of gray. I think that worked out the best, and I think that does look pretty nice. And yeah, I think that came out pretty nice. So the next thing I had to get was the boots. Now the boots was a very interesting part. And you can see that we do have some of the boots here, but it does look kind of like disgusting and dirty. But we're going to try and lift up the little ends of the pants here and try to just see if we can see them a little bit better. But that is the boots. So what I had to do was I had to cut the entire legs off of the Sandman figure. And what I mean by that, it wasn't like a lot, but it was basically, I think I cut the legs to about here because that's how big the boots were. So I cut the legs to here, cut them completely off, and then I glued these boots on instead. So I was expecting them to be slip-on boots, but then I couldn't find anything that were like that. So I opted to go for the ones that were 3D printed. Then I had to repaint them, and then I made them very dirty looking and make them look like they had all this kind of gunk on it, because that's basically how the movie looks. And yeah, so that was it. So he just had boots and a head and a naked body. That's basically all he had. So then I had to figure out what kind of shirt I wanted to give him. So as much as I really don't care for Jeepers Creepers 3, I actually really do like the bright red shirt. So that's what I opted for here. I got a bright red shirt that fits very well onto the figure, actually. And I really do like how it just all fits. And it just looks nice. I really do like it. And I had to really dirty it up. You can't really see it on camera because the brightness kind of blocks out all the dirt. But there is a lot of dirt on this shirt, and I had to like rip it up a little bit here, make it look like it was used. And I might actually do a couple more streaks on the front, maybe like a slash or something here. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically what we have here. Then I had to go for pants, which I went for these kind of very dark blue. Well, they're more black. They're black jeans, and I think that they work pretty well. The only sucky thing is I can't really Velcro this on all the way. Well, I probably could if I really force myself to, but they always just tend to split open. But yeah, the jeans work pretty well. I really do like that the jeans are very nice and loose, so I can still get some movement out of them. So I really do appreciate that. And they feel very nice. They're very nicely made, and I really do like them. They even have little pockets too. I think that's really, really awesome. And same with the shirt too. You can move around with the shirt as well. And I really do like that. So then it came time for the next big thing, which was the wired coat, which took the longest to get because I didn't know which wired coat to get. But I found this one, which I think works very, very well. And I really just had to dirty it up. I had to scratch the bottoms out a little bit. I had to make just these giant little holes here, and also just make it look like it was used and worn. So that's what we have here. So to put that on, you pretty much just take your little creeper figure and slide his sleeves onto his no-handed arms. And we'll try to just get this one here. And you just got to work with it a little bit and get the sleeves up like so. And then we slowly get there. Then you put the hands on, which are also Sandman hands, and that I just painted. I would like to probably add some brown into there, but I'll probably do that later on. With the head, I actually had to go back and do the head a little bit because I realized that it's very gray, and I always did the gray because the first movie just looks like he has all gray, but I don't know, the brown actually looks a lot better as well. And yeah, that's basically it. And then I moved on from there, and then I had to do I think it was a little bit more painting work just to get it completely how I liked it. But yeah, other than that, the creeper killed himself. The creeper is completely done. And I was very happy with how the creeper looks. And I still am. I actually really am. The added brown on the face and the kind of glossiness over everything does look very nice, and he does have posability with him. So the head is not attached by the ball joint itself. It's actually got putty inside of it, but I would really like to one day like figure out how to get this to actually work. But he does have, you can pretty much get him into as many poses as you want, and it does stay very well, and I really do enjoy that. The arm can move out to about that far. It can move outwards there, and it can probably do almost a full 360 because the colos are pretty loose enough to do so. You can get a very nice double bend at the elbow still. Swivel the hinge joint. You can get some side to side, some waist movements here. You get a nice decent spread. You do have some back that goes that far and some forward that goes that far, and then the nice double bend at the knee with a little bit of a thigh swivel, a pivot at the foot, as well as an up and down, which is very cool. I am very happy that I can get him into a lot of different poses if I wanted to. And yeah, and you also have the wire cape too to accommodate for that. And I think that just looks amazing. That looks the coolest right there. Now, I don't really have any weapons for him, which sucks. I really do want him to have some weapons, but yeah, maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll get the axe with his throwing stars. I think that'd be cool. But other than that, that is pretty much this entire figure. I wanted just to show this off real quick because this is something that I was very proud to do. And yeah, I really hope this kind of gets you inspired. If you really do like Jeepers Creepers and are kind of a little bummed out that they don't have what you're looking for, because they do have some figures, they're just mostly statues, which I think kind of sucks. But they do have the resources to make your own. And if I can do it, you guys 100% can as well. Definitely go and just look for yourself to see the parts and pieces. I really do recommend my custom, my Action Lab from on eBay, because this head sculpt is very nice and it was very fun to paint. And yeah, you can also get it into bigger scales, which I wish I did. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I had an idea on which body I was going to use for a NECA figure. So I opted to go for this one when I found out which body I wanted. But yeah, it was a very fun figure to customize. I had a lot of fun, and this was the first figure that I actually bought like custom clothes for, and I definitely will be doing this again because this was fun. But other than that, that's going to be it for this video. I might come back to this figure just giving him the weapon. But yeah, definitely if you guys are planning on customizing him, let me know in the comments now. And yeah, I really hope you did enjoy this one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.